Check it out. Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay. We from.
What's up, gamblers around the world? It's the coach here. I'm out of my element, you know. But we are here. We already got comments coming in.
Yeah, that boy, go Cowboys! Come on, man. How you football season, man? Come on, man.
What's going down, Marley?
What's up with it, coach? What's going
chilling,
on, man?
Chilling, man. Happy Good Friday. You know, if you believe in that type of stuff.
Yeah, your boy had to work, man. You know?
Yeah, well, I was off, so I can't complain at all. I was able to go get a fresh chop, you know, just in case I decide to hit the beach or fly to the Final Four and watch these games, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, Kelvin Sampson hit me up. He said, "I don't know why you've been betting against us, but I got tickets for you if you can get a flight down there." So, you know, shout out to Kelvin Sampson.
What's up, Sam?
I might take you up on that offer, you know, to come down there and watch y'all. But if Debo in here, Debo, run me my bet back, okay? I want that $200 bet. If Debo in here, I want my bet back. All right, I want my bet back. We did our personal bets, Debo. And U of H was the favorite, so I don't want to hear that shit now. You talking, well, Baylor's the favorite. Now you want to double up. Nah, it don't work. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. Oh, you down there right now? Oh, I thought he said he's down there right now. My bad.
What that boy Sean say, Houston will win it all.
Hey, shit, you know.
What we here to talk about, man. It's what we here to talk about.
We about to talk about it, man. We're gonna talk about it, but let's get into a quick little review. We started off the Elite Eight pretty good. We both went undefeated in the first two games, excuse me. Right. In the second game, you know, we took care of business. You know, Gonzaga made it seem like it was just unfair.
Easy money.
And then Michigan kind of showed us why they are, you know, it kind of showed us why the Big Ten was some frauds in the postseason, you know, and a lot of people are trying to say like, oh, well, they were beating each other up all year, and SEC don't have that problem.
I don't buy that shit.
In football,
yeah, nobody else had that problem. I hate when they do that shit. Like, oh, they've been beating each other up all season, so when they play somebody else, no, like shit, what? But they be beat up. Well, going into the game, they wouldn't beat up. So I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear about after the game. Oh, they beat up on each other. Nah, they missed livers, and UCLA outplayed them. Period.
Yeah. What's up, Clippers? What's up, Clipper?
What's up?
Hey, man. You know, I was wrong about USC too. You know, I definitely thought, you know, if any team had a chance to beat Gonzaga, it was them, but I didn't give an official play. I said if it got the double digits in the spread, take them, you know. But you know, the first half and the full game was easy money. So, you know, it's gonna be tough to beat Gonzaga. But I think it's gonna be this is a good Final Four matchup. Now we did say a Pac-12 team, well, I know at least I said a Pac-12 team is gonna make it. We just thought the wrong Pac-12 team, you know. But you know, watching the game, Michigan, man, I was just looking at them like, why the fuck did I bet on Michigan, man? Michigan really is overrated, and they not the same, especially with Livers gone. You know, like.
Oh, dog. Like,
say what?
Livers was an important piece.
Yeah. I agree.
He's keeping that team.
So we got some good news. We on our Facebook, YouTube. You know, for those that don't know, we had to start our YouTube back over. We was at like 2,000 subscribers, going strong, and they deleted our page. So we're at 75. We're 25 away from 100. We're 925 away from 1,000. So we almost there. Y'all keep liking, subscribe, follow, share. You know, you like what you hear. I'm getting kind of sad myself because college basketball is almost over, so that means
It's over, dog.
I got to convert to the NBA, which I hate. I'd rather bet on MLB than the NBA.
Oh, let's start the baseball show, dog.
Yeah. So we're gonna keep it moving, man. We're gonna keep building up. But hey, let's jump right in it because I know you got to go pretty soon. Let's jump right into our first game. Houston Cougars taking on the Baylor Bears. Battle of the Texas. I predict this though. This is a guarantee, Marley. There's gonna be a Texas team in the finals. So
Yes, sir.
that's my prediction. And I also predict the team that scores the most points is gonna win. So so let's get it, man. This line opened up in favor of Baylor -4. The total's at 132.5. Right now, you can catch that line at -5, 5.5. Marty got 5.5. I guess I don't know what that's at, but right now they probably just updated it. It's at -5, but the total went up 2 full points. It's at 134. I'll get to these actual factors. The Houston Cougars 28-3 on the year, 21-10 against the spread, while the Baylor Bears, they are 26-2 on the year, 18-10 against the spread. Injury reports right now, I believe everybody is healthy. They're saying Roberts is questionable this game with a thumb injury, while the Baylor Bears, they are healthy. Kind of look at this, U of H, they are on a 10-game, they're on an 11-game winning streak right now, probably even more. But just to kind of recap what they've done in the tournament, they beat Cleveland State 87-56. They had a close game against Rutgers 63-60. It wasn't close. They were blowing the doors, and then they just got complacent, and Rutgers started fighting back. They beat Syracuse 62-46, and they beat Oregon State 67-61. And Oregon was able to cover the spread for that game. At one point, it was tied 55-55. And I know Debo, he had a first taste of what we call the butt pucker special, because I know he was worried. Baylor Bears in the tournament, they took care of business against Hartford 79-55, Wisconsin 76-63, Villanova 65-51, and Arkansas 81-72. I'll get to these actual factions real quick. Houston, they are 14-6 against the spread in the last 20 games this season. 10-0 in the last 10 games straight up, 11-0 straight up in the last 11 games. The unders hit 5 out of the last 6 when playing against a Big 12 opponent. They're 7-0 straight up in the last 7 games when playing on a Saturday. The total has gone under 4 out of the last 5 when U of H is playing as an underdog. And U of H is 9-3 against the spread when they're playing on a Saturday on the road. Bro, I haven't seen U of H as an underdog in a long time, man. But let's keep it going. Baylor Bears, the over has gone over 13 out of the last 16. They're 18-2 straight up in the last 20 games this season, 8-1 straight up in the last 9 games, 8-1 straight up in the last 9 games on the Saturday. The overs hit 13 out of the last 16 whenever Baylor is in favorite. And the total has gone under, though, 5 out of the last 7 when they're playing on a Saturday, but it's at home and they're in the neutral court. So Baylor Bears versus the Houston Cougars, all Texas showdown. They go to the ship. What you got, Marley? Can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, my bad. I was muted. Sorry about that. Man, this U of H team, man, everybody know, or everybody been keeping up with us and watching the show, know that for a good solid, I don't know, maybe month and a half to 2, we was riding U of H first half and catch. And I'm big on this U of H team. They're long, they play great fucking defense, and they offensive rebound their ass off, and that's normally what keeps them in games. Because I won't say they're a bad shooting team, but I'll say they're like streaky. Like when they own, but they have cold stretches where like it looks like they can't shoot, but they get so many offensive rebounds, and it keeps them in the game. My play for this game, at least the play that I've made thus far, I took Baylor first half, and I've been on Baylor first half, and it's been cashing for me. And the truth of the matter is, I want to root U of H, bro. I want to root for U of H so bad, but I think Baylor is the better team, and I think Baylor is going to win the game. So I just took first half Baylor -2.5. That's like the best line you're going to get for me personally. U of H, they scare me, dog, because Baylor is a jump shooting team. Especially they're a 3-point shooting team. They play with all guards. U of H is long, man, and they play good defense. And they gonna be in Baylor face. And I think that game's gonna be tight at the end. Baylor starts fast. That's why I took the first half. And I'm scared that game go be tight at the end. And U of H's length could bar them, and that offensive rebound is I just feel like as the game goes on, if U of H keeps it close enough, the pressure that's going to be on Baylor is going to be tremendous.
Yep.
U of H, I don't think maybe I'm over exaggerating their defense, but the way they man up on defense and everybody's long and everybody's tall and like they crash the boards.
Yes, old school ball.
And if that pressure is on, they get to missing shots at the end of that game, and U of H is rebounding, and they just slowly inching back. I don't know how Baylor go respond. I think in the first half, they come out and play all the time in the first half. The pressure, I don't think the pressure is going to be there until late, so I think they'll be relaxed. I think U of H might even need some time to settle in the game. This is not a lot of those guys. This is what U of H first time in the Final Four since like 80 something.
Yeah,
so they could be nervous. They might come out a little nervous. I don't think they're good.
I think it's like the 90s. You might be right. I forgot.
20 plus years. None of these kids have been to the Final Four. That wasn't part of the recruitment trip. That wasn't part of the plan. Like Baylor has kind of been a perennial team for the last couple of years. And I just feel like early is no pressure. They'll probably be loose, but that game gets to close late. That pressure gets to building. It's not going to be on U of H. They're not even to be there. Like, it's going to be all on Baylor. And it's not that I'm scared of the 5. It's just honestly, I really want to root for the H, dog. We from the H. I can't bet against the H right now. So I'm gonna take that first half Baylor -2.5. I think it's a good line. Baylor starts fast. I've been on this bandwagon. It's been cashing. So that's where I'm gonna stay.
This is definitely hard because and y'all know in the chat, when we found out who the Final Four was, and I was saying, man, Baylor, U of H definitely has a great chance of beating Baylor.
Yes.
My pride is I want my money back from Debo, so I'm betting them on Baylor to win the game. I can still say Houston +5, but see, so here's something that I just thought about. They got 18, then they're 20 offensive rebounds.
I thought it was 20.
So 20 offensive rebounds.
Yeah, not
that's
totally.
A lot of shots missing, man.
And see, that's the thing about them, bro. They streaky when it comes to shooting. Like, you probably would say they can't shoot, but they get so many offensive rebounds that lead to easy putback and wide open threes off the rebound. It's like
exactly. You took the words right out of my mouth because everybody's crashing. So if a team's playing man, and here's another thing about that Oregon State game. Syracuse really had U of H prepared because Syracuse, zone. So by the time they ran into Oregon State, I was witnessing they had the same exact offensive game plan against Oregon State.
Who's on though? They don't run the 2-3. They run 3-2, right?
They run the 3-2. They were switching it up. They were running the 3-2 and the 2-3.
Syracuse stays in the 2-3, right?
No, Syracuse. So Syracuse, I'm gonna say it's like a modified 3-2.
Yeah. It's not right. It's not
because honestly, because if you kind of look at it, yeah, it's just a hybrid. It's just like
it's a hybrid, but it's essentially a 2-3 though.
Right.
But yeah, it's extra shit. Well, they have certain rules in the 2-3 that if this guy does this, then we
Right.
need this. Right.
Right, and dude, literally, U of H had the same game plan that they had against Syracuse against Oregon State, and that's why they kind of took off. They was attacking, it was cutting at the baseline, attacking the baseline. And my boy Debo made a good point when we did bet against Syracuse. He said, man, he had because he goes to U of H, so he follows these dudes. He had some good points. That U of H is they play too fast. For Syracuse, they do play fast. They definitely do. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of like you. I definitely want to take U of H. I want U of H to win, but at the same time, I want my money back from Debo on my bets. And Baylor, Baylor's Baylor. They had 2 slip-ups, and that was because they were on a pause. Baylor's looking good right now. But you made a great point. The pressure's on Baylor.
Pressure on Baylor.
So I do think it's going to be a close game. If this line keeps crawling up, if it gets to the 6.5, I'm definitely going to take Houston. I'm not going to make a first half play on this because Houston does play good in the first half. I have seen Baylor slip up a couple of times in the first half. It's just I'm just, man, this is a tough one.
I like Baylor early. I want to just take Baylor early, and then I get to pull for the home team for the rest of the game, and that's how it's gonna go. Dog. I think Baylor is the better team. Sebastian, what's up? I think Baylor is the better team, dog. I have Gonzaga money line and Baylor money line. Yeah, I can see that. Those are the two. Look. I hope Houston wins, and I want them to win. I think Baylor is the better team. It's like my heart say Houston, but my basketball says
and everything I've seen this year says Baylor. Now the first half could definitely be close, but man, it's that second half that they take off, and Houston be tripping in the second half. And Debo, you can't lie about that. They be tripping in the second half.
I see the word.
I'm just gonna take Baylor -5 because again, Houston be tripping. You know, they could definitely win the first half. But when it started to come down in the second half, they be tripping big time. So the only game I didn't see them really trip on in this tournament was against Syracuse. They just kept their foot on the gas. So I'm gonna take Baylor -5. It's gonna be bittersweet, because one, I'm taking Baylor to win. But if Houston wins, kind of like how it's been, last 2 times I've been betting against them, and I'm thinking, if they win, it's bittersweet. Yeah, I lost money, but at the same time, they putting on for the H, So I'm going to ride with Baylor -5 on this one. Yeah, we can get to that. Sebastian, I'm definitely going to be, now that college basketball is over, I'm going to be starting to focus on college football because it's getting closer to the playoff time. Let's see. I just think the game's gonna be closer for them to cheer. And what do you say? I think.
Take your game, Papa.
All right, give me Baylor. Give me Baylor -5 to win this game. They've been the more impressive team. Now they actually got talent that can actually play man to man up against Florida's talent. So don't expect to see Baylor running a lot of zone. All right, while we wait for Marley to get back, let's jump into our next game. It's going to take me a while to go through these actual factuals because he got to get going. UCLA taking on Gonzaga. This Gonzaga team that's just been looking like can't nobody stop them. Gonzaga opened up in a -13.5 favorite. Right now that line sitting at -14 as a consensus. The total's at 135.5, and damn, it has jumped up to a full 10 points to 145.5. I ain't never seen a jump like that in the totals. Get to these actual factors real quick. The UCLA Bruins 22-9 on the year, 17-14 against the spread, taking on the Gonzaga Bulldogs 30-0, 16-12-2 against the spread. Gonzaga actual factuals, UCLA. Juzane they're saying he's probable for the game tomorrow, but he's gonna play, and that kid, that's who popped our ass with that Michigan first half.
Hey.
dude had 18 out of like the 28 points or 26 points. You know what? I was happy Michigan lost because of that alone. They cost me $1,000 on that game on the first half, and it's just like, dude, you can't stop one kid. You can't stop this one kid. And man, but shout outs to Jusain, man. UCLA, how they done in the tournament? They played the longest out of everybody. They played the game to get in. They beat Michigan State 86-80, BYU 73-62, Abilene Christian 67-47, Bama 88-78, and they beat Michigan 51-49. Gonzaga in the tournament, they beat Norfolk 98-55, OU 87-71, Creighton 83-65, and USC 85-66. These actual factuals, UCLA, they're 5-0 against the spread in the last 5 games, 5-0 straight up in the last 5 games, 5-0 against the spread, and 5-0 straight up. 6-1 against the spread in the last 7 games, 9-1 straight up in the last 10 games against the West Coast Conference opponent. The unders hit 6 out of the last 7 on a Saturday. They're 5-0 against the spread in the last 5 games when playing as an underdog. And they are 4-2-10 straight up in the last 14 games when playing on a Saturday on the road. Gonzaga. You know what's funny? We was talking all that shit about Timmy, and he came out and was balling in the first 5 minutes. Gonzaga 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 games. The unders hit 4 out of the last 6 for Gonzaga. They're 10-0 straight up in the last 10 games, 20-0 straight up in the last 20 games, 10-0 straight up in the last 10 games against Pac-12 opponents. 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 games on a Saturday. 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 games when playing as a favorite. And the overs hit 5 out of the last 7 when playing on a Saturday at home. So we can cut that one out. They might as well say they're at home because shit, they playing like they at home. UCLA versus Gonzaga. What you got, Marley?
I'm still. Hey, look, I've been saying this all year, and we're looking good up until the tournament started. Then shut up. And we know I'm talking about the Pac-12. I haven't been a big fan, but they showed up in the tournament and whole conference actually, not just UCLA. Had me looking a bit foolish. But
a little bit foolish.
I'm still fading them. I'm not. Look, I've been on Gonzaga first half, a couple full games since at least probably midway of the season, and definitely all tournament. And I'm gonna stick with that. And I already Gonzaga last 10, dog. As a favorite, 10-0. They haven't even played as an underdog. 73 ATS. Neutral site ATS 5-1. So and you know what? Honestly, UCLA has been probably just as good neutral site. Well, at least ATS away, they've been 1-2. Over their last 10. 6-4 overall their last 10. This is not counting the tournament, obviously. But I just think Gonzaga is the national champion this year. Suggs is the best point guard in the league. He got that show running like a well-oiled machine. And I've been screaming for damn Rockets to pick my boy Cunningham, but I don't know no more. I don't know after the tournament, man. I seen a lot of guys I like.
Yeah, because I was just about to say the other day, you was like, man, that Mobley, they might need to grab him.
I like old boy from Villanova, Robinson. But Suggs, I like Suggs as a point guard, dog. And then Villanova. Gonzaga's so deep, dog. I don't think one player is going to beat them the way old boy did for UCLA. Everybody is active. They run a lot of motion offense with a lot of cutting and backdoor, and there's no staring and watching the ball. I don't see how UCLA keeps us. I'm on Gonzaga first half -8. I already took both my plays that I'm giving out today. I don't think UCLA has enough. And then old boy with the ankle, that's gonna play. How hurt is he? You know, how much he got left? He basically carried them the whole game. Him and dude
with the dreads, the little short dude with the dreads.
Tiger. They call it Boy Tiger.
So yeah, man. Gonzaga first half -8. That's my play. I've been like I said, I've been on the bandwagon all tournament and in a while before the tournament. I thought this team would get to the Final Four and get to the last two. I picked Illinois to win. Obviously, they not getting there. They gone. So I think Gonzaga is the next best team in the tournament. So I got the Zags winning it all.
In my bracket, I had Texas beating Gonzaga to go to the finals to take on, I forgot who it was. It didn't even matter. I'm right there with you, man. Here's the thing. And you know, after I placed that Michigan bet, I got to thinking like, oh, Pete, what are you tripping? UCLA is like 13, 12, and 1 in the first half, bro. In the last couple of games. To end the season, they just fell apart in the second half. So I think their legs should be shot. I said that last time, but this is a Gonzaga team. You know, their offense is very potent. You know, they got weapons all over the place. You know, there's just too many moving parts in the offense, especially when they're down there and they're trying to set up. It's just too much moving parts for them to focus. I like Gonzaga -8 for the first half. You know, anything time it gets low like that, give it to me. And I do like Gonzaga to cover for the full game -14 because UCLA again they play good in the first half, and it's only been a handful of times in the last month they played well in the second half. They always give it up. So I like Gonzaga. I'm gonna do a two picker. So I got 3 picks for today. I like Gonzaga -8 for the first half, and I like them to cover for the full game. Now, I will say this. Whatever the second half spread is, if Gonzaga is up by double digits, take UCLA second half. Because Gonzaga, they haven't really covered the second half really too much. By the points that the lines have been given up. If you look at them, they have won. And besides the last game, it was a tie because it was at a pick 'em. But they kind of get a little lax whenever they're up by double digits. Like if they're up by 15 or more, they're gonna get a little lax. So expect that. Be careful. So even if they're up by 14 at half, the line's still gonna be like Gonzaga -6 or some shit like that, -4 or something. Take it, dog. Take it. But official play, I like Gonzaga full game and halftime, man. That's how I'm looking.
I agree. I think they win. I think they cover. But I like first half.
So just to recap, so you can get out of here, my boy. Marley likes Baylor for the first half. My first half spread, whatever it is right now.
2.5.
But you like Houston full game.
No, I didn't say that.
Okay, so you're just taking Baylor first half, and then you're just gonna root as a fan second half.
There we go. Exactly.
Okay, gotcha. And I like Baylor -5 for that one. For Gonzaga, Marley liked Gonzaga first half. I like Gonzaga first half and full game. All right, let's get to this open mic real quick. Sebastian, we definitely will be. I for sure will be covering some FCS football once college basketball is all over with. I've kind of been paying attention to some of the teams and the tournament. Then their tournament is starting. The playoffs are starting to come up pretty soon. So I definitely will be locking in on them and paying a little bit more attention to. It's just my weekend has just been covered with college basketball. My boy Marley, he's still covering NBA. We definitely going to be getting into some MLB since opening day was yesterday. So be sure to tune in and lock in. If anybody else who's watching, if you got anything you want to cover, let us know now or forever hold your peace. Because if not, I'm about to eat my stuff, egg rolls. I got mango habanero, chicken mango habanero, and some and Philly cheesesteak with some Bayou rice. So forever hold your peace. Shout out to Bayou Egg Rolls. They be putting everything in it, bro. You name it, they put it in.
Boys, right,
got to, bro. You got to, bro. You get that. You put. Let me just school y'all real quick. This is how you got to do it. You got to get the lettuce around it. You know, get the little sauce. Where my sauce at? I ain't even get a chance. Get the dipping sauce. Dip that thing in there one time. I don't know what flavor this is. It looked like it might be mango. You know what I'm saying? Barbecue up, bro. That's mango
Where that hoe?
habanero right
Where that
there.
hoe at? Where that hoe at?
That hoe at the Beltway in South Pole. Oh, that's all
I'm gonna pass
mango.
that
Mango
hoe up.
habanero chicken in that dog.
I'm gonna stop and get some. I'm gonna pass that hoe up.
That's a bit. Well, hey,
Dog.
good luck. We got women's college basketball today. Take Paige Beckers, and I think South Carolina might upset Stanford. I'm the coach. That's my
Yep.
boy Marley. We are out.
Check it out. Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, cause we gon'